welcome to Window to China and Xinyu One. I'm pleased to have Charniele L, the 46th District, Virginia House of Delegate. She was the first African American to be elected chair of the Democratic Party of Virginia. He's also a 2015 nominee for the Emily List Gabriel Giffords Rising Star Award. Can you tell us more about yourself?
Oh, thank you, and thank you for having me here with you. I moved to the Northern Virginia area when I was 11 years old. My dad was in the Army, and I grew up here and went to West Springfield High School, went on to George Mason University, where I studied economics, and then on to law school, where I got my law degree. And I've been active in my community in Alexandria City, from being president of the West End Business Association. I chaired the Commission for Women for 3 years, and I was active in the Youth Policy Commission. And I've been honored to serve the 46th House District on the General Assembly since 2009.
I heard about your childhood story. How did your childhood background affect you to becoming the politically active?
Right. Well, so when I was 16, my mother and I became homeless. We spent 6 months in a homeless shelter and was able to find affordable housing in Alexandria City. It was a state program that exists called STEP that got me to George Mason University and allowed me a shot to chart a different path in my life, to get a good education. And that's what informs me about policy. You know, that I look at that program as my chance. I want to make sure that every Virginian has a chance, you know, to achieve and has a fair shot. And that's when I approach policy in any respect. That's what I think about. And I always think about that 16-year-old who probably doesn't have a home right now and is wondering what their future will be like. I want to make sure that our economy is doing well and make sure that there are programs there to help them, especially with their education.
In 2009, you won in the special election as a delegate of Virginia House. So I found the clip you were sworn in. I was so excited to watch it. I want to share with our audience.
I do solemnly swear.
I do solemnly swear.
That I will support the Constitution of the United States.
That I will support the Constitution of the United States.
And the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Virginia.
And the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Virginia.
And that I will faithfully and impartially discharge.
And I will faithfully and impartially discharge.
All of the duties incumbent upon me.
All of the duties incumbent on me.
As a member of the House of Delegates.
As a member of the House of Delegates.
According to the best of my ability.
According to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
See the long applause. So you were won just by 16 votes.
That's right.
What were you thinking at that moment when you sworn in?
I was thinking about what a long road, you know. I was thinking about my mother and all that we've been through. And there I am, standing in the well of the House of Delegates and thinking about the many that have come before me, and the fact that Patrick Henry served there, and Thomas Jefferson, and you know, serving in the Virginia legislature, or serving this great Commonwealth. And it's awe-inspiring, and it inspires me every day when you walk into that Capitol and see, you know, where you are, and that this is the oldest continuous serving legislature in the Western Hemisphere. So it's awe-inspiring.
I guess your mom probably the one is most proud of you. What did your mom say?
Oh, my mom. So unfortunately she was not there because I was kept out of my seat for a week and a half. So she was there when we got to Richmond. I thought I'd be seated immediately, and there was a recount. So, but she actually texted me. And after I left the floor, I got a text from her saying, "Congratulations. So proud of you."
Okay.
Yes.
In 2012, you were named as the chair of the minority chair, the whip.
Yes.
So
yes.
What's that position of your duty?
So, yes, the whip will make sure that the caucus stays together on issues and does the best that we can. And in 2012, I can say the caucus was together for the most part on a whole lot of issues that are important to us, and which is the voting rights, or making sure that that we have a good immigration policy that is welcoming and not discouraging. And I made sure I helped actually with the leadership with the floor debates and coordinating that with members. Members all have a specialty. They all have their point of strength, be it environmental policy or education. And I thought it was important as whip to make sure that they're involved in the debates so that we could put the best argument forward for a policy position.
You also made history in 2012. You were the first African American of Democratic Party of Virginia. What were your duties when you served as the chair of this party?
Right, to make sure that we are staying on message and making sure that our candidates are successful. The coordinated campaign ran through the Democratic Party of Virginia. My top goal is making sure that our 3 statewide candidates got elected, and I'm proud to say that we did. It was a historic election. We took the governor's office, lieutenant governor's office, and the attorney general's office. It was an exciting time. I have to say, it was. I think I got so much joy out of traveling the state and speaking to people and spreading our message, and seeing so many people who wanted to volunteer and be part of this historic election.
Most recently, you just elected as the chair of Democratic Party Caucus.
Yes, our House Caucus. I certainly have been, and that again, an honor. And that role, I work with the leadership to make sure the trains run on time, making sure that we're discussing the policies that are important to our constituents, and making sure that those bills get through. So it's a thrill, and it's been exciting. And we have everybody's up for election this year, and so making sure that our candidates are doing okay and that they have the resources they need.
So what is the principle unify the party?
I think our principle definitely unifying the party is that we've always been a big tent party in the Democratic Party, making sure that we stay big tent, where there are different views, but we still hold on, I think, to core values, making sure that everyone has a fair shot, making sure that voting is easier for people, that it shouldn't be a struggle to exercise your fundamental right to vote. And if we hold on to that, we're successful, and we were successful in 2013. Our members in the House have been successful on a great array of bills that they have sponsored and pushed through, be it for public safety, for environmental issues. We were successful on a few voting rights issues, and so we continue to press on those.
Are you responsible for recruitment of candidates for the House? So
it is a coordinated effort. We actually do have a campaign chair who is primarily responsible for recruitment. I do supplement that, and so it's a team effort, but we do have a nice field of candidates this year running. So it should be an exciting year.
You are running for this year too.
Yes.
So do the re-election.
Yes.
What is your prediction on the 2015 cycle?
Right. I have to say it's hard to predict. I hope that we are successful and pick up seats. This is certainly important that we continue to pick up seats. It's not going to be overnight that we're able to take over, the House, but increments are important in building a strong foundation. Don't want to jinx us, but I think that there are a few seats that we certainly can pick up, and that will be our targets.
I know you have experience running for the congressman.
Yes.
So what is your prediction on 2016 election?
Oh, wow.
How about the president?
Right. So it certainly will be an exciting year. Every presidential election is exciting. I have to say, I remember, oh my goodness, I won't date myself too much, but I've been watching politics, I have to say, on the couch and the family, watching things. It will be interesting as we're talking now. There's been no formal announcement on the Democratic side, but hopefully Hillary Clinton will run. I would be excited to see her run and become the first woman president. So I will put that out there, of course. I'm excited about that. But I expect a spirited debate. I always say it comes down to it, no matter what side of the aisle you're on, we want America to be better. We want us to make sure that people are prospering. We want to make sure that people have jobs. For the most part, I hope that we want to be welcoming. Unfortunately, that what we're seeing in this nation, that maybe not, and that's under threat. I want to make sure that that happens, and I'm looking forward to hearing with the candidates. But it's going to be an exciting year, I'm sure, in 2016.
You were on the nominees on the Emily list.
Yes.
I read the newspaper. They talk about if some ladies on that list probably going to be the president of the United States one day. Do you believe that?
I believe anything is possible. Being nominated for that award as a rising star, along with the other women, was truly an honor. I know people say it's an honor to just be nominated, but it really was. There was only a handful of us out of the entire country, so it certainly was. I was the only one from the southern part of the state and the mid-eastern part of the state, and it was exciting to be with those women and to be on the panel and discuss how we got to elected office and what we want to do. And always my message is to bring more women along, to mentor more women, to make sure that they're running. Running for office is tough, but it's a beautiful thing. It is. It's tough, but it's fun and it's worth it because we need a seat at the table. And I think the more diversity that we have at the table, the better. I think better policy comes as a result. We need to hear different points of view.
How about yourself? Have you any plan to running for higher office?
Well, it's crossed my mind, but right now, my concentration is making sure that we pick up some seats in the House of Delegates, and also my own re-election. I have to run again this year as well, and returning to represent the people of the 46th House District. It's again an honor to be there and be in that seat. And I think about my predecessors. Right now, one is as Secretary of Public Safety. The person who preceded him actually argued the landmark Supreme Court case, Loving versus Virginia. So this seat the seat that I hold has a history of advocacy for protection of constitutional rights and for equality, and it's an honor to be there and continue to push on those issues.
I just saw on the Facebook. So the bills you present, Governor Terry McAuliffe signed, it's have passed.
Yes.
Talk about the bills you have passed.
Absolutely, yes. We had a bill signing this morning. Those bills address a problem that Virginia is facing, as well as other states in the nation, and that's addiction to prescription drugs and heroin abuse. My bills will basically, first of all, protect patient privacy on what's called the prescription monitoring program. Doctors use this to see what patients are taking, and to put in prescription orders. Pharmacists will fill orders, and these bills will make it easier to identify anybody who is doctor shopping, because the ultimate goal is to get people treatment, and we do not want to see the deaths. Unfortunately, there are so many overdose deaths that have happened in the Commonwealth. And a father shared his story with me last year that he lost his son, and it doesn't have to be. And that shouldn't happen. And I want to do everything possible to prevent that. I believe in prevention, and we've also, one of the bills that the governor has approved will allow police officers, first responders, to apply an antidote so that they come to a home or wherever and they see that someone's overdosed, they'll be able to provide some assistance. It's so important, and we want to save lives. And that's, again, another reason I love serving, is to protect the safety and health of Virginians.
Yeah, everything should start local. So what is your view on the transportation in Northern Virginia?
Yes. So I want to make sure, first of all, safety. I want to make sure our roads and our bridges are in safe repair. And that's something that we focus on. The VDOT does put out a report on what repairs are needed, and making sure that those are done. Also, I want us to increase our transit. I mean, we are certainly a densely populated region, and transit is so very important for our mobility, and also for economic development. So we made some great strides I was happy to be part of the General Assembly and support the transportation bill a couple of years ago. But one thing that I think is very important is that we continue to monitor and not wait more than 10 years to look at our transportation plan. But if we increase transit, I think it certainly will help a lot.
I know you benefit from the government programs when you went into the college.
Yes.
So how do you think a government program affect people's daily life?
Oh, it can. It can be a positive effect on people's daily life. We certainly have safety net programs, making sure that children have enough food to eat. They certainly should not go into school hungry, because a hungry child is not able to learn. The program that I entered into gave me an opportunity, a semester during the summer, to study and to prove that I can do college level work. That affected my life tremendously. I mean, I would not have certainly been sitting here with you or in the House of Delegates if it wasn't for that program that gave me the opportunity. And there's no shame in giving people opportunities to improve themselves. I believe in workforce development initiatives. I think it's got to be a partnership between government and the private sector to make sure that people are able to prosper. So I think it could be a very good thing.
I'm glad you're here on the show. How do you think the media affect politics?
Oh, and it does. Media certainly affects politics. And Jefferson said information is a key, it's a currency to democracy. And by media putting out stories, it engages people, whether they read it on an old-fashioned print newspaper or on the internet, they're reading. And that's important because people know what is going on and they're able to engage or able to reach out to others to get together on an issue that they believe in. And it's happened time and time again, and no matter what the issue is. And that's very important. And it's touching to see people at Capitol grounds when they come and rally on an issue that they care about. Government, it's a good thing because that's what government's about. People coming together to resolve an issue, to address an issue, to speak about an issue. So important, and so important for our democracy.
Yeah. What do you think? When I receive the emails, some candidates just take that kind of strategies, always say against opponent. What do you think that focus on strategies as candidates?
Right. I think that you have to also talk about your vision. I mean, because that's what people ultimately, when they go to the poll, they're going to vote based really on your vision, what it is that you think that you can help do. To make the region better, or to help in the lives of people, and so I know people get those emails. I mean, sometimes you do draw contrasts. If there is an issue that you differ with somebody, draw the contrast. But also, you need to talk about your vision as well.
What is your vision as the chair of the House Democratic Caucus?
Yes. Well, my vision is that we continue to address kitchen table issues, that we continue to grow our numbers, and that we continue to move in harmony. We've done so for the past years, and it's been a wonderful experience. And I see our House Caucus as a family. I have always said that. Ultimately, I've seen it over and over again. We are there for each other, and that is what I'm so very proud of. And I want to see us grow in our numbers.
I know you're going to re-elected. What is the message you want to send out? I know people probably can find you, but what is your website?
Yes, of course, just my name, charnielehearing.com. And you'll see that I've worked on so many issues, and I will continue to work. But that is my website, and I appreciate people watching that live in the 46th district. I appreciate their vote. It's been an honor serving. I have a good record, I believe, and I want to continue to serve.
I know a lot of young people want to be like you, so proud of you.
Oh.
What is the advice you can give to them?
Right. Well, if they want to serve in public office, I always encourage people to get involved with their community and an issue that they care deeply about. Your heart has to be what you want to do. My heart was in homelessness and making sure that children have a good shot in life. But serve your community. That's so important. And but do it not because you want to run for office, because you really want to serve. As I said, politics is a tough business, but if you love serving, it's something that you love and enjoy. And prepare. You never know when your opportunity comes. The month before I ran, I would have never envisioned that my predecessor would have decided that he was not going to run again. So prepare, and be prepared for there are tough times. There are tough times, but be prepared and you'll be fine. And don't wait around. That's the other thing, for someone to ask you to run. If you want to run, step up. Make sure you're prepared and do it.
Yeah, I think it's an opportunity always give the people who well prepared. Thank you having you today. Then we will wrap up. See you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye. Window to China and Xinyu One has reached out to the hundreds of Chinese community, Asian community, and American community on performance, interview in education, politics, culture, etc. It's a link for all the communities. Xinyu and Judy Wu, the publisher AC Business, are making joint efforts to promote the program on Newspaper Weekly. Window to China and Xinyu One is a 30 minutes long English program. It will be available on YouTube, Facebook, Google+, AC Business News by keywords Window to China and Xinyu One.
felek saldın beni cevriye cepağa. Hey hey felek saldın beni cevriye cepağa. Derdim bulgaç yıkılap deme sen bir vapağa. Derdim bulgaç yıkılap deme sen bir vapağa.